transhumanism, because in the Garden of Eden, there was something profound which happened there that they don't teach you in church. No reverend, no doctor, no pastor, nobody knows this. They're not going to tell you that in church. Something profound happened in the garden, and it was a deception it was a deception that convinced Adam that he will have the knowledge of all knowledge. Now, I don't know if you've heard of the so-called Freemasons, but these are the people that took up Genesis chapter 3 verse 22. That's why you have the skull and bones. Their representation is the scripture from Genesis 3:22, where it says that now man has become one of us. It is profound. Whatever is happening right now, it ties back it ties back from the beginning. The beginning of the beginnings, not the beginning that you know, but the beginning of all the beginning. That's why I told you we shall have a separate discussion on transhumanism, because it ties up to all of this. Now, this technology which is coming, which is the 5G technology, is going to be able to help communicate with the system, because the system which is coming is going to be new. It's going to communicate with the system which will be attached to our bodies. The vaccine which they're going to give the whole world, because trust me, they're going to come up with a vaccine. That's why they want you to stay at home, cry and suffer, and just beg for the government to help you. And by the time they bring a vaccine, everybody will be lining up to take the shot. So that's why they're going to prolong it a little bit longer, so that you can crave for the vaccine. Now, when it comes, you're going to have it in your system. It's going to dumb you down. First of all, I'm not sure exactly what the vaccine will do to you, but one thing that I'm sure of, it's going to dumb you down. When it dumbs you down, you're not going to think clearly.
Are you trying to say that we shall end up being zombies? Like what we have been watching in movies?
Josh, I really hope that it doesn't come to that.
Okay.
I really hope it doesn't amount to that. But I won't be surprised if it happens, Anyway, jokes aside, the vaccine is going to dumb us down. That's for sure. That I'm very sure about it. If you think that this is not possible, it is possible. Why? Because they've done it before. There was a virus which was released in the public. It was released by the CIA in a religious sect. When let's say the place that you're living in, it has a lot of terrorists. So they released this virus in a place where they suspected terrorists were. That was mainly a Muslim Islamic community. They released this virus, and when people got sick, they came up with a vaccine which, when given to anybody in that area, would transform them from being religious to just being a normal person. That vaccine would attack a certain part of your brain, which makes you a religious fanatic and cools you down to just be like a regular person who doesn't care about religion. So they were trying to eliminate the amount of terrorism which was happening in that area by making all those so-called terrorists from being suicidal, from turning from their beliefs. Because of course, as you know, some terrorists, they do what they do because of religious reasons. So if they are able to create a virus which changes somebody from being religious, what makes you doubt the fact that they can come up with a vaccine which will just, do whatever they want it to do. Because this is global. They want everybody in the world to have this vaccine. And before I forget, there's also a vaccine which they created. Whoever they are, in quotes. I told you shall talk about they later in our shows.
Wow.
But whoever they are, they created a vaccine which turned somebody gay. And they did it during the war. They wanted to inject this vaccine, they wanted to inject this chemical into the enemy to turn them gay. Now, I know it sounds crazy, but these people that have been messing around since the beginning of time, they mess around with everything. They want to turn everything upside down. Everything that God created, they want to turn it upside down. That's why they promote homosexuality, they promote transgender, they promote everything which God created, they want to turn it upside down. So if they're able to create a vaccine which can do that to somebody, what makes you sure the coronavirus vaccine will be anything different? And remember, this is going to affect each and every person in the whole world. So they cannot let a good crisis go to waste. They have to create chaos. That is why on the US dollar, they have words written not in English. Those words are not in English. On the dollar sign, they have the pyramid, they all sing I, and words that are not written in English. Who knows the words that are written on the US dollar? Brother Josh, do you know those words? Do you know what they mean? It's order out of chaos. Before order comes into place, they have to have chaos. That's why you're having chaos everywhere. People at home, people are desperate, people are rioting, people want to go back to work. They have no money. People are walking long distances. They're stuck where they're not supposed to be. My dad is stuck in Kampala, and yet he stays in Congo. But he's stuck in Kampala, he can't travel. Why? Because of chaos. There's chaos everywhere. People are panicking for no reason. Now, that is going to be the basis for introducing the new world order. And the 5G technology. Somebody told me a couple of days ago that MTN has started to develop.
Actually, I saw one of the leaders back there in Uganda that they had now affirmed 5G in the country. The Chinese, they were having a meeting when they were launching it with this robot. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, if you hear such things, if you hear such a thing happening, you don't be surprised and don't blame your president, because your president has no clue what's happening. He's just a puppet. He has been put there on that seat. People are blaming Museveni for closing, the transport, suspending everything. The country's on lockdown. Why do you blame Museveni? Museveni has no clue. He has no clue what's happening. He's just being used. He's the puppet. Anybody that you see on mainstream is just a puppet. It's being used by whoever they are. So the 5G that is coming, there's no way Museveni can stop it. Nor can any president. If it has been launched in China and the US and all these other developed countries, who are you if you're in Uganda, if you think that you still have the rights and you're still an independent country? 5G is going to be introduced whether you like it or not in these other third world countries that we're having in Africa and other places. So the 5G is essential. It is very, very essential, because it's going to be able to communicate with the new technology, the system of microchips, the digital vaccines that we are going to be given, and everything that is concerning cryptocurrency is going to be connected to 5G.
Wow.
And our bodies are going to be like antennas which will respond and communicate with 5G. Imagine you having your own body as an antenna. what are you going to do? How are you going to resist? Because you cannot buy, you cannot sell if you don't have the mark of the beast. And the mark of the beast is going to be connected to money, which is going to be connected to the microchip, which will be inserted in your body and will respond to your body activity data. It will have a mark on it, which is the 666. So how are you going to disassociate yourself from the system? Which means you're not going to buy, you're not going to sell, you're going to access self-services, you're going to travel, you're not going to get you're going to get a job. You're not going to communicate with the system.
What you're saying is from after this virus, like it's as we are right now in the lockdown, then the next thing will be the vaccine, the digital vaccine. After the digital vaccine, then we shall after the digital vaccine, where do we go there? Where do we go next? Okay.
I wanted to read you a scripture that is very vital, because the greatest trick that the devil has pulled on everybody is that he tricked everyone to believe that he does not exist ever. But do you know what is in the devil's heart?
No.
Lucifer. Do you know what is in his heart right now? If you want to know what is in the heart of Lucifer, it's found in Isaiah 14, verse 13. Let me read it for you. He has said in his heart, I will ascend to the heavens. I will raise my throne above the stars of God. I will sit on the mount of the assembly in the far reaches of the north. I will ascend above the tops of the cloud. I will make myself like the Most High. Now, that is what is inside the heart of that dude. The New World Order is all about worshipping Lucifer. Just like in the book of Daniel, about Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego.
Sure.
Where they say that we shall not bow down to the image. That is what is happening right now. Whatever happened in the book of Daniel is happening right now. Are you going to bow down to the New World Order and worship the image and worship the beast? Or are you going to tell the king, you know what, I know you're the king, but I have the king of kings. If you are going to throw me in the furnace, I will go. I don't care. I will go. That is you saying no to the freaking vaccine, saying no to the microchips, and saying no to 5G, and disassociating yourself from the system completely. By the time somebody can put you on lockdown, it means that he is capable of doing anything he wants with you. Somebody was telling me, I was telling this to somebody recently, and they were like, how about the people in the market? How are you going to make them have somebody selling, tomatoes and all these things, these vegetables? How are you going to convince them to have the microchip? And I told them one thing: by the time they're putting you on lockdown, by the time they don't care, they have closed transport. People are walking miles and miles of distance. There's no transport here where I am at. By the time somebody will put you out of work, close all restaurants, all hotels, close everything, and you just sit yourself home, whether you eat or not, which means that